12:32 a.m. Saturday, December 25th, 2021. Short shift Friday night. I would have stayed longer. There were many more people that wanted pizza. And if we could have obliged them, I could have tripled what I made. Did all right. I spent 12 and I walked out with like 63. Delivering for 3 hours, 3.5. It's not bad. It's not bad. A couple of nice, generous people. Percentage-wise, they weren't especially huge. I did not receive a 20, a 50, a 100. Max tip remains 13 and 54 cents between a 554, 6 and quarters, and 2 singles in a bag. I did, however, receive cookies on my last delivery. Word is, boss is not giving Christmas bonuses this year. Go figure. Word also now is, officially, that first week in January, they're going to have some personal protective or whatever's and things mandatories because of this thing that the OSHA's enforcing on behalf of the president, but the Supreme Court's going to be taking a look at, and whatever. I'm going to be able to wear the clear face cover shields, if need be. To at least have them handy, and hope that nobody decides they're going to try and report. Before remembering that, I was bracing for future unemployment again, and informing the boss as such. I was like, if they make it a rule like that, I ain't wearing that shit on my face. I can't breathe with it on. It's not healthy. You can collect other shit. And the big hefty ones, I've already done drywall in. I know that you can't breathe in them. And the ones with the breath port that goes out completely defeat the purpose because it doesn't protect the wearer, it protects the people around you. Except since I've already had the OG plus at least 2 variants that I'm aware of, possibly 3, that I catch it, I get over it, I don't spread it because I don't have it. That's natural immunity. And our anti-science alt-right government is completely ignoring this necessary aspect for obvious reasons. So my job's not necessarily in jeopardy, but yeah. And a few of my coworkers follow local national news, current events kind of stuff. And a lot of them don't. Some of them had no clue that shit was as bad as it was. And it was like, yeah, there's literally been riots. They're all, well, just look at Europe, all the things that they're instituting in Europe, everything that happened in Europe this time last year and the year before that, we were just a little bit on a delay from them. That's the whole Tim Pool line. And if you notice, though, originally they already had yellow vest protests that were about to get violent when the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden they all had to stop. And then eventually we got it too. And nowadays, all of the countries with the strongest measures that claim to have the worst rates are instituting the most draconian and literally totalitarian tactics at this point, are all facing massive protests bordering on riots. But the news ain't showing you that. I found a video of the mayors of several of the townships or whatever that are Boston, talking about the new mandates that are going to go into effect citywide. And there is a horde of people out shouting the PA system these people are speaking on, and they can't hear themselves speak. There are people with whistles, there's Let's Go Brandon chants, and there's just people shouting stuff and blowing air horns and whistles. These people stumble over their words because of the stuff the crowd is shouting. But they're standing up there saying, this is the official orders, though. But the people ain't having it. That's what's going on in the world right now, everywhere. If you're lucky enough to live in a state whose governor has signed a decree or whatever the legislation that was passed legally and done properly to say if the federal government attempts to overstep its bounds, we will refuse. If you're lucky enough to live in one of those, make sure that the people that are willing to keep it that way are the ones that stay in power. Because otherwise it could go south very quickly. The problem, like for example where I live, is it is against state law on a couple of different fronts to inquire anything about anybody's medical history as an employer. So OSHA wants to come in and say, well, you know, if you won't prove your whatevers, then you need to wear a thing. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to wear this plastic doohickey that doesn't affect my breathing the slightest. And I'm only going to wear it when you're around, to be quite fucking honest. And other than that, there's no way to find out whether or not. But what, they have to prove something? Is OSHA going to come visit? Talk about a hazardous line of work these days. Don't mess with people's money. Don't make them think about, oh, is this the person that's going to make it impossible for me to provide for my kids? Another thing that I would really love to see might happen. The unfortunate reality is if it happens around here, it'll probably be me the one doing it. I don't want to be like that. But it is what it is. I would love for just a mysterious rash of disappearances of people that were coming in from the government to stir up trouble and nobody saw anything. That would be hilarious. Such weirdness in this world. So, anyways, that was my Friday. Gonna do some vehicle work when I wake up, and in the afternoon, gonna go to a friend's house and have Christmas dinner. And after that, I guess, I don't know, come back here and hang out. And wait for Sunday, I guess. This holiday holds no particular joyous meaning for me. Trying to avoid it holding particular weight. Managed to do that today, but I was medicated. So I'm going to end this video and watch my cats hunt mice or whatever the hell's making the noise. Feliz Navidad.